Hospitals around the nation are struggling to keep their shelves stocked with medical supplies. Tom Adams with Seven Troughs Distilling in Sparks says making hand sanitizer is one way he can help. It's all hands on deck in Nevada in the fight against the coronavirus. Some small businesses like Seven Troughs Distilling and Sparks are answering the call. The distilleries helping to make hand sanitizer.
There is, in fact, a very, very dire collapse of the supply chain on a national level right now, and it really became apparent that it's incumbent on us to help fill that supply gap.
Tom Adams is the owner of Seven Troughs Distilling. He says after local healthcare providers asked for their help, his business shifted their focus onto producing sanitizer, and production is ramping up.
We are running 7 days a week, and we're running 2 shifts. Very shortly, we'll be going to 3 shifts.
Adams says they ferment the alcohol and ship it out to be blended into sanitizer. His small operation has made at least 200 gallons.
There really is a supply chain hole here, and the hospital system needs every ounce that we can make.
Jim Murrin, the newly appointed chair of the Nevada COVID-19 Response, Relief and Recovery Task Force, wants to see the same, local businesses pitching in. He held a digital press conference today seeking that commitment.
Asking the business community to join and again show the state's unique generosity so that we can pool our resources and deliver those vital supplies.
Murrin says protective equipment for medical personnel is at the top of the list.
There's their priority 1 needs list, which would be a quantum of N95 masks, of surgical masks, surgical gloves, goggles, gowns. And they reach into the hundreds of thousands.
Adams says he hopes other distilleries join him in meeting this one need.
Really like to see us pool our limited supply that we do have in Nevada, so to make sure that it gets into the hands of the first responders and medical personnel that need it.
The task force is also taking donations for the COVID-19 Emergency Response Fund through the Nevada Community Foundation. The state will decide how much of the money will be spent. For more information on how to donate, visit news3lv.com. Reed, back to you.
Kyle Wilcox, we welcome you to the News 3 family. Thank you so much for that report.
Gerard, aside from evicting a dangerous tenant, landlords across the state are now forbidden from evicting anyone during this crisis. Now, this moratorium will be in effect during the duration of the state emergency.
In this unprecedented time, I've decided to sign an emergency directive, putting a moratorium on all evictions in the state of Nevada.
Another state of emergency directive signed today by Nevada Governor Steve Sisolak. Landlords across the state are now prohibited from evicting tenants from residential and commercial properties.
This is not the time to put people out on the streets. This is also not the time to evict small business owners who have been hit by the economic fallout of this pandemic.
The move coming after non-essential businesses were ordered to close, leaving thousands in our valley without a job and worried about this upcoming month's rent.
These are good, hard-working people who are just looking for one of the most basic and essential necessities, a roof over their head.
In the past few weeks, News 3 has received multiple emails and letters from concerned viewers, many claiming to be threatened with eviction after struggling to come up with payments. Nevada Attorney General Aaron Ford says he's been flooded with these concerns too.
My office has received many complaints from those who've been, frankly, bullied by their landlords. These types of actions are absolutely unacceptable.
While the moratorium is expected to give some relief, the governor was clear on what this doesn't mean.
This directive does not constitute free rent or mortgage.
Instead, the state advises landlords and tenants to work together for a repayment plan within the next 30 days. As for mortgages,
most lenders are now offering homeowners facing financial hardships due to COVID-19 a 90-day grace period.
The state treasurer, Zach Conine, says lenders are working with his office to waive late fees and restructure payments. A small relief, says the governor, in a world seemingly full of unknowns.
Our hope is that what we announced today will provide a little comfort in a chaotic time.
Well, Jim, that's exactly right. A lot of people rushing to help this situation, but the owner of Luna Kailash, it's an eyelash extension business in Las Vegas, she had to shut her doors here in Northwest Las Vegas because her business was considered non-essential. But that hasn't stopped her from helping those on the front lines of fighting this pandemic.
You know, my son is, borderline asthma with, depending on the season, of allergies, and I'm terrified for my husband to be exposed as a fireman.
Andra Tashijan is trying to stop the spread of COVID-19 in the community.
Everybody's very scared of continuing to work without, proper protection.
Tashijan decided to donate masks from her business, Luna Kai Lash, in a drive-through event.
We had people come that were getting for their entire staff or, one for themselves.
First responders and medical professionals received over 650 masks from Tashijan. D. Eric Jones, a firefighter with Las Vegas Fire and Rescue, was one of them.
At work, obviously, we're at risk of catching not just the coronavirus, but any kind of cold, flu, or whatever. So we want to protect ourselves.
And it helps patients on medical calls as well.
We'll put a mask on the patient if need be after we take their temperature.
The Las Vegas Valley Water District donated 50,000 N95 masks around the Vegas Valley recently.
The Water District actually procured those masks about 10 years ago when we had developed our emergency response and readiness plans in relation to the avian flu.
Hoping frontline workers know they have the community's support during this difficult time.
As a public agency, the Las Vegas Valley Water District is responsible for providing water to about 1.5 million people. And, as part of that, we're always looking for opportunities where we can continue to help our community and support our community.
And even if they just wear it at home with their families is going to be sort of a comfort